Yeah, this is a poem that I wrote a while ago, and then it became a longer poem. But I think, I think it still works as the original shorter poem. An awkward dance. She seemed to summon an awkward child, hair in her eyes, bare feet on the hard ground, careful where she stepped, uncertain of the music, yet listening to the first notes as the band began to unwind the song it had learned to play. The band played their song, she danced in her way, chasing a hidden thought around. Gold sunflowers. The darkness is not what it seems before. A track across the sky absorbed the ancient light. Now a vibrating string defines the parentheses. Cold dust and mercury shivering at absolute zero creates a curtain which mirrors the invisible in the low spectrum night. The color of gold sunflowers, almost green, sickly green like a poison or a jaundiced intestine, or a pool tinked with gasoline, reflecting swinging lights, yellow and green after a downpour rain, or a path plain to see in the clear sky, the road by which the gods, if gods they be, meander toward the palace of their misery. Knowing you are here. Water is alive, she said, the first principle and basic nature of all things, filled with nuclear churning, overpopulated with microbes and avalanches of lust. More New York cities in a simple, cold, clean, and white porcelain mug than can be captioned. It is hard not to turn away, to let the slurry of inattention hurry me away, while the surface tension, trembling like a skin that wants to be touched, a pulsating drum, the pounding thrum of the autonomic heart of things, worries me that way. We're in a particularly not great section of poetry right now, but that's okay. I'm going to read all of them no matter what. The Spotted Eye. We stand at the blind and watch the rapid concourse of time-lapse cars and clouds sizzling overhead like sweetbreads in a pan. A rainy day measures 10,000 lux, yet there is so much noise and light we cannot see or hear. A constant din, a constant flashing outside the range of human senses, so much so the brain is most aroused by a pendant repetition of what it cannot process at a single glance, zooming back and forth and back again, like an angry barker trying to lure us into his tent, insinuating a sordid mystery, enfolded in its flaps, a glimpse of the unseen, the unheard of, a woman with a beard that turns out to be nothing more and nothing less than the ordinary, poorly lit. No idea. It's kind of interesting. Not really knowing what was going on in these poems at this time. My Lost Son. I don't listen to music anymore. The sad songs are too sad, and the cheerful ones like sitting in the dentist chair while the hygienist prattles on. Nobody knows what it's like to die. Nobody knows what it's like to be in a plane that is shot down from the sky by a Buk missile fired from a Russian-controlled town. Whether there's a moment of panic or despair as the plane explodes, breaks up in the air, whether there's time to wonder as the fiery pieces of the aircraft rain down, or to scream. My son's body was never found, but he has his tomb. I haven't changed a thing, haven't touched his room. The bag of crisps he left half-eaten on his desk, his unmade bed as he grabbed his bag, his last words before he left for Malaysia. Soon I'll be in paradise. The CD of his favorite band left idle in its drawer, spinning, 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 the stereo on. But I won't touch the button that says stop or play. Its banal comforts are no balm for me. The insipid lyrics only lacerate the wound. When the chorus sings, live each precious day as if it's your first one or the last. It's self-explanatory. Petrus. In college I knew a guy whose father invented the twist tie, and who, like his father, was a barroom philosopher, a slow-speaking Minnesotan who would cradle his bearded jaw with both hands as his Midwestern drawl articulated his ponderous thoughts, but whose somber mien every now and then, if you surprised him with an observation, would erupt into a jubilant guffaw. I'll close with this one. This is a favorite poem of a couple friends of mine. The Angels at the Party. Their wings made it hard for them to squeeze through the door. They had to humble themselves like animals at a zoo, their downcast eyes still betraying their wildness, although subdued by the embarrassment of sidestepping strangers in confined spaces. Each had to limit herself to a canapé or two. They sampled the punch, laughed out loud at jokes that really weren't that funny, as if they didn't understand a thing being said. One got too drunk and had to be carried out by the rest. She was crying and shouting over her shoulder, "You are all angels, you are all eternally blessed," so that, after they departed, it took a while for the party to settle back into its normal patter.